This is The Fifth Estate, a conversation between young African scholars from the Fort Hall School of Government and Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. This Sunday, we will disagree with the public regarding the terror attack at Dusit, Nairobi. Everyone praised our defense forces to a fault. This is why we ask the following. Did we overcome because our foot soldiers and their commanders were swift? Or did we overcome because the incompetent terrorists were countered by superior thinking? Who brought us the victory? The foot soldiers and their commanders, or the brain behind the operation? In our view, the foot soldiers did not disappoint. However, there was a mystery man behind the big walkie-talkie somewhere. This is a man who provided leadership to the victory. And so we ask, was the mystery man Boynet? 0. Was it General Mwadade? Nothing. Or was it Fred Matiang'i? 0. The mystery man behind this operation does the most thankless job in Kenya. And the man is Uhuru Kenyatta. We thanked everyone, including his KYMs, but we forgot to thank him. We are persuaded that Uhuru directed this operation personally. And for doing such a splendid job, we say bravo, Your Excellency, sir.
My name is Chris M. I have a question. If the Dusit terrorists were simple thieves from Kariobangi, how would we have reacted? Would we have behaved differently even if they had more sophisticated weapons? And the answer is a resounding yes. Whenever you mention a thief in Kenya, our reaction is to look for a tire and a jerrycan of petrol. Then from nowhere, we gather some blind courage and pursue the thugs with fujo. In fact, the thugs are often rescued by police. And this is what we would have done at Dusit. If we were told that the terrorists were thieves, armed with bombs and suicide vests, some daredevils from Kibera would have materialized. They would have pursued them from the 1st to the 7th floor, ducking bullets and grenades. The police would have been the ones to save the terrorists from the tires and the petrol. What's our point here? The terrorist war is a war for the mind. If they win at the level of the mind, we lose at ground zero. But if our minds define them as thieves, we will duck their bullets and grenades to catch them. It is all in the mind.
Here is a fact of history, a fact we need to rewrite. Minority evil is organized, but majority good is disorganized. History has also taught us that evil tends to organize better than good. Consider our thinking here. If Al-Shabaab is a movement in Somalia, then what are Kikuyus, Merus, and Kisis doing in it? 2 out of the 5 terrorists at Dusit were Kikuyus from Nyeri and Kiambu. The Al-Shabaab bride was a chick from Keroka or someplace in Kisii. And so we ask, when did Al-Shabaab become attractive to Kenyans? And the answer is simple. Minority evil is organized, but majority good is disorganized. Traditionally, we had a method of organizing the youth. We called it Rika, or age sets. Once a young person got circumcised or became of age, they were regimented into small cells. These age sets were units of accountability. Today, young people crave regimentation. It is genetic, but the traditional agencies of regimentation are dead. And this is how organized evil like Al-Shabaab becomes an agency of youth order. They offer young people something to believe in, something to die for. If our youth have nothing to believe in, expect more Shabab brides and Farouks.
At independence, Jomo Kenyatta had a challenge. Thousands of young people were returning home from the forest, having fought in the Mau Mau War. They had energy and warlike aggression. and Jomo had to burn this energy and redirect their combative spirits. This is how NYS was created in 1964. It was meant to arrest the energy and warlike aggression of the Mau Mau youth. And this is why he placed one of the ex-Mau Mau generals, also known as General China Itote, as Deputy Director of NYS. The director was a Mzungu military man known as Geoffrey Griffins, the founder of Starehe Boys Center. Using the 2 men of war, the Mau Mau youth were regimented into disciplined cells, and the Mau Mau wazes that could not fit in NYS were regimented using land buying companies. Jomo's strategy was a winner. The Mau Mau youth were given something to believe in, and the Mau Mau wazes were given the dream of owning land. Today, our youth have nothing to believe in. And until we regiment them around a dream, the Al-Shabaab dream and Al-Shabaab money, will remain more attractive than the nothing we give them.
At the Fort Hall School of Government, we are persuaded that Uhuru Kenyatta led the Dusit operation in person. And if he knew how to handle a machine gun properly, we are prepared to bet that he would have been a Dusit in person. However, as we congratulated ourselves and our security agencies galore, we forgot to appreciate him. And this is because Kenyans think that the commander-in-chief is a stone, that he is not human, and they are wrong. The president is 65% water, like all of us. And this is why, on behalf of all ungrateful and ever-complaining, bigoted Kenyans, I want to take this early opportunity to say thank you to the president. Job well done, sir. But now that I have said the nice things, I will say the uncomfortable things. What are Kikuyus doing in Al-Shabaab? Have they bought shares? And were they conducting part of the Dusit operation in Kikuyu? If 40% of the terrorists were Kikuyu, how many more have they recruited? I ask this question because all the 5 terrorists were Kenyans. All. None was from Somalia, where Al-Shabaab comes from. Is our country at war with itself and we have not been told? Have our young people turned against us? In my view, our youth have asked us for fish, but we have given them snakes. They have asked us for bread, we have given them stones. Our young people are not interested in jobs for job's sake. What they want is something to believe in, something to die for. And if we cannot give it to them, Al-Shabaab and others will. It is that simple.
And now, our final thought. It is about the law of attraction. You find it in the Holy Bible. You find it in mythology. In the Holy Bible, Elohim, the Ancient of Days, taught us this. Whatever a man thinketh, he is. Whatever you think, you attract. If you think demolitions and kamata, you attract demolitions in the form of a Dusit attack. If you feed our youth with images of destruction, they will feed you with images of terror. This is because you are the creator of your own reality. At the Fort Hall School of Government, therefore, we were not surprised by the Dusit attack. 2018 was a year of destruction and negative vibe. And if energy flows where attention goes, then our national energy moved to a destructive and negative place. This is how Kikuyus became terrorists, and some Kisii chick became an Al-Shabaab bride. But there is one more thing. For the first time in our terror history, we had a suicide bomber. This is new. If we do not address the youth crisis, we could attract Kikuyu and Kisii suicide bombers willing to end their useless lives for nothing, like Boko Haram.